Hello everybody, welcome to the Tube. A lot going on. Here's our lineup. Is Apple's music service coming next week and how will it work? Wunderlist bought by Microsoft for $200 million, but what for? Can this 3D printed cam really save the eyes of the third world? How did Kong Fury become the biggest crowdfunded hit and why? And how does Shia Labeouf's star shine on so bright on YouTube? Let's do it, do it, do it. Big news, all you Apple fanboys out there. According to numerous reports in the media, the tech giant's music streaming service is about to be launched next week. Apple Music, built on the infrastructure of Dr. Dre's Beats music streaming service that the company has bought a year ago for $3.2 billion, is supposed to compete with Spotify, who currently holds 75% of the streaming music market. Apple's iTunes store has taken an undisclosed but serious hit from the popularity of streaming services, so Tim Cook and co. are hoping to reframe their strong position in the music industry with this move. Rumors have it that the service will cost $10 a month and, unlike Spotify, will not offer unlimited selection of music, but will rather let big-name DJs and musicians curate playlists for the masses. If true, that sounds really sucky, but we'll have to wait and see or listen. Shopping spree for a price just somewhere between $100 and $200 million. A bargain, right? Microsoft just pocketed itself the Wunderlist app, a great little to-do list task manager. The purchase of Wunderlist is yet another productivity software now under the Microsoft umbrella, joining calendar app Sunrise and email app Acompli, strengthening Microsoft's position in the mobile battlefront. It's still early to know whether Wunderlist will remain independently branded and operated, or whether it will be folded and fully integrated in the Microsoft line of products, but the tech giant will have your data this way or the other, and that's all that matters. Let's check this purchase out.
Lists. They capture our ideas, things to do, and places to see. They are beautiful in their simplicity. But what happens when you want to add more details? This is Wunderlist. It's the place where you create lists and share them with your friends, family, and colleagues. No matter where you are, Wunderlist keeps you in sync with the people around you. You can add as much detail to your to-dos as you need, like making sure everyone knows who's responsible for what. With Wunderlist, it's easy to have conversations about your to-dos and make sure that everyone gets the complete picture. Whether you're in the office working on a project, curating your favorite movies at home, or on the go, Wunderlist keeps your life in sync.
Yep, that's $200 million. Kong Fury, the half-hour most 80s action comedy and probably the only movie ever about a Kung Fu master cop and his dinosaur partner fighting the Kong Führer, a time-traveling martial arts expert Adolf Hitler. Yes, probably the only one, is chop-kicking the internet in its internet testicles with almost 11 million views and counting. It raised more than $600,000 on Kickstarter, produced and filmed in Sweden, written and directed by David Sandberg, who also stars in the movie, and is basically a wonderful, wonderful piece of internet creativity that verges on insanity. Before we dive into the bizarro world that is Kong Fury, let's taste it just for a little bit.
What are you gonna do?
My job. back in time to Nazi Germany and kill Hitler once and for all.
I might be able to conduct a mainframe cell direct and hack the uplink to the download.
What the hell does that mean?
It means that with the right computer algorithms, I can hack you back in time.
With us to discuss this phenomenon is Uri Aviv, General Director of Sci-Fi and Fantasy Film Festival Utopia. Good evening.
Good evening.
So, first of all, how many times did you watch it?
Oh, I've watched the premiere, which was amazing. Standing ovation, of course, at the Cannes Film Festival. I thought it was one of the brilliant selections for Directors Fortnight. And since I've watched it a few times, just to make sure I remember every single detail, I still have not mastered all the specifics, but there's loads and loads of them
it's
in the film.
It's online, it's for free.
It is.
Let's talk about why is it so successful?
Wow. Well, I think it has to do with the age of the prospective audience. This is a wonderful film for anyone who has nostalgic feelings towards the 80s, which means you may have been a teenager, or maybe in your 20s, or maybe you were born during the 1980s, or maybe you were not even born but have these nostalgic tendencies, nostalgic feelings towards the 80s. And it means the aesthetics, the technology that is not as impressive as ours, the visual effects, everything about it, the fashion. And the people that were born in the 80s are now coming to age. They're 20-somethings, 30-somethings, some of them are 40-somethings, and they have a little bit more money, and they have a little bit more power, and they can actually make happen the stuff that they imagined, or make happen projects that have that nostalgic tendencies towards the 80s.
Because I'm assuming some people can only see it as a cynical web joke.
Well, wow. It started off as something that looks like a fake trailer a year and a half ago, when they opened up their Kickstarter campaign with this wonderfully bizarre, a rather condensed what you see in the film, in the final film. But it wasn't a fake trailer. It was a premise for something that, if can be funded through those 80s boys and girls who are now grown up, will become a full-length, or not feature-length, but 30-minute film. A 30-minute
film. But actually, when you see the film, you just want more and more of it. Do you think it can get even bigger?
I hope not. I'll tell you why. Because I think it's it is a joke. It's a parody, but it works so well. It'll work well as a web series or a series, and like a mini series. There's another series that kind of reflects that. That's an Australian called Danger 5 that came out a few years ago, and that's the way for this to go. If it became a gazillion-dollar Hollywood kind of film, I think it would not have the same underground feel to it, the same rebel atmosphere to it, that kind of flaunts a lot of, I don't think Hollywood is ready for a Kung Fuhrer, for instance.
But Hollywood is sweating to find original content all the time. They want to be the hype around this movie now. What can they learn from the success of Kung Fury?
Wow. I agree. And I'm sure that David Sandberg, the star, director, and so forth, is getting so many offers right now. I hope he dismisses them all and goes for something small, or something that kind of reflects his set of skills. What can they learn? They can learn to go for content, and not go for marketing, and not go for sponsors, and not go for money making. They can go for content, as they did in the up until somewhere in the 80s, I think.
We've seen recently quite a few demo trailers online of independent creators. Has the internet become the place to see all the, we will say, a hothouse of movie ideas?
Wow. Well, the internet has become a wonderful platform to engage audiences. It's not magic. You still need to have very professional crews involved. You still need to have a knowledge of what you're doing, and the internet is an enabler that was not here before. It was not here 5 and 10 years ago. But you still need all that as a platform to do something, and you need money. And what Kung Fury did is obviously go the Kickstarter way, but that's a wonderful success story because they tapped a really good vein of internet culture and 80s culture and so forth. Not everybody can do that.
Okay, you are going to show Kung Fury, right?
Yeah, well, everybody can see it. It's free and it's online. It's one of the wonderful things about this film.
And you're doing a screening in Tel Aviv.
We're doing a screening in Tel Aviv just to see it all together, to see it in a communal way, which is great, and laugh together and cry together, and for anyone who's too lazy to just log on and play.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enjoy your screening. Sounds like fun.
200 people have already signed up, so it's going to be a blast.
Cool. Let's move on. The Peak is a new smartphone-based system that can diagnose eye disease and soon may just revolutionize the way ophthalmology is practiced in developing countries. Using a 3D printed add-on high-quality camera combined with a designated app, it can help doctors working in field conditions give patients eye tests and diagnose problems without requiring a lab or clinic to work from. Led by Dr. Andrew Bastworth and Stuart Jordan, the project aims to bring eye care to tens of millions of people who can't afford it in the third world. Yes, just an existing smartphone and a piece of plastic. Nice to see tech does some good from time to time, and here's how it works.
The main problem is that most of the ophthalmologists live in the city, and 70% of the population live in rural areas.
With Peak, we can send just one person. They can access any location and they can perform some really high-quality eye examinations. To start with, we have the visual acuity test. It allows us to very quickly get an evaluation of how well someone can see. It's replacing a standard eye chart, but is a lot smaller, more portable and easier to use. We can then use our Sight Sim tool to communicate to the patient and their family how well they can see at the moment, compared to how well they could see if they could access the right treatment. With Peak Retina, our low-cost ophthalmoscope adapter, we can look at the back of the eye too.
Looking at the retina is an essential medical examination.
The Retina adapter is the most exciting device I've ever designed. It is incredibly simple, and yet it will change the way we look at eyes.
The moment the retina filled the screen on a mobile phone was the most defining moment of my career.
And now a fresh example of the informative qualities of virtual reality. A new short documentary film by Riot Production about the deadly Nepal earthquake, which killed over 8,000 people last month, can be viewed with a VR headset for your early adopters. Or you could just use a mouse clicking and dragging across a 360-degree perspective like someone is doing in the control room right now. Similar technology was used by Vice News for a short documentary on last year's anti-police brutality march in New York. All that goes to show doubters that VR is not just for fun and games. It can be a serious tool for news, giving viewers an agency, their own perspective, and may even facilitate deeper empathy and connection with the subject. Plus, you could see me in 360 degrees, which is what you dream about. Admit it. Shia Labeouf strikes again. If you thought his stint as a maniacal motivational guru, part of an experimental production he staged with NYU film graduate students, reached its viral peak when it was edited into a fake TED presentation, you were wrong. Dead wrong. Now do it.
For the life of the baby inside of her.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. Just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!
Didn't I tell you yesterday I was calling the cops?
Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it!
How are you even getting up here? That's an impossible climb.
Nothing is impossible!
Are you jumping down from the roof or something?
Do it!
I swear to God, if you're jumping down from up there...
You should get to the point.
God.
We'll never get it out now. Some people dream of success, while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible!
Master, moving stones around is one thing. This is totally different.
You should get to the point.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Yes, you can!
What's the problem?
Just do it!
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
What are you waiting for?
I don't know what you're talking about, Hal.
Do it!
Shia. And that's it, show's over. Thank you very much for watching. Don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow with a brand new show of The Tube. Please log on to our website, it's i24news.tv. All of our shows are there on replay. And always remember, reality is that which when you stop believing in it, does not go away.